Is this what your DMs look like? Price, please. Where are you located? Do you have a special price? Can you give me a better deal? And then silence. Our data shows each of these ghosted conversations is costing you roughly $120 in lost revenue every single time. Today, I'm going to reveal the exact framework that's helping salon owners convert a minimum of 70% of these price shoppers into actual bookings. Hi, I'm Margie, the founder of Salon Mastery Society. After analysing 1,237 real salon DM conversations, we identified three critical messaging mistakes that instantly kill potential bookings. Okay. And it's not about your prices. It's not about how good you are at what you do. It's about a specific communication gap that's costing most salon owners over $2,000 every single month in lost revenue. So let me show you three mistakes that are happening in your DMs right now. The first one is answering the price question immediately and directly. When you respond with just a number, what you do is you reduce your skills and your values just to a commodity that can be price compared. Okay, so price shopping. The second mistake is information overload, sending paragraphs about your services that just overwhelms your prospects and they check out mentally, particularly if you start talking about the actual treatment itself. They're not interested in the treatment that you offer. Okay. Big tip, your clients are interested in what your treatment does for them, how it makes them feel, and what pain it solves for them. They don't want to sit and listen to all the technical step by steps as to what it is that your treatment actually does. They're not interested in that. Mistake number three is you don't have a clear path for them to be able to book in. So most salon owners actually never ask for the booking. Okay, or they never make what the next step that they want someone to take very, very clear. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what to do instead. And I'm just going to give you some real life examples that I use myself in my salon, and so do my clients. And it's working exceptionally well for them as well. So, first up, our three-part framework that's transforming inquiry conversations. So, the first step is the value bridge. So, instead of answering with a price, bridge to value first. And here's the exact template. So, hi, name, hi, Sally. Thanks for reaching out about our brow design treatments. Can I ask you a few questions so that I can ensure that I'm giving you the correct information to suit you? Do you have a specific concern about the shape of your brows? Okay. What do you currently do to style your brows? I want to know more about what is going on with her brows, what her concerns are. Now, do you actually know what style you would like? So, because you've asked the question, you've asked, and she says yes, right? You ask permission to ask questions. Yes. So then when you start asking the questions, she feels compelled to respond. Okay, then you say, thank you so much for that info. That really allows me to give you the right information. Our brow designs start at $99, which includes mapping a shape that best suits your facial features and also aligns with what it is that you're looking for. And we discussed that with you during our in-depth consultation. Okay, most clients choose our brow lamination option, which is $110 because they're looking for a soft, natural fullness. What specific results are you hoping for? Okay, if you haven't got that information already, that's a really good question to ask. And you always want to finish with asking an open-ended question at the end of all of your DM messages. What this does is three things. So you've answered their questions, you're highlighting your value, okay, which is so, so important. You're stepping up from your competitors because most salon owners will just give the price. So you're showing that you know what you're talking about. And it asks a question that shifts the conversation to results. It doesn't become about the price. Okay, now notice how I don't just say our brow designs are 99. Okay, I bridged it to value and then asked about the client's preferences. And this single change last week took Annie, my client's booking rate, she was like about 5% with her conversion rates in DMs. And she was dealing with really, really difficult people who were just price shoppers. She's now converting 68% of her inquiries, and she had been discounting her prices. She was doing a brow tattoo for $99. Okay. She shifted and priced for value at $350. And she's now converting 68% of those at those premium prices, and they're all valuing her. The $99 people were not valuing her at all. The second step is to create a genuine connection in just two messages. Okay, so using a template, you can say, based on what you've shared about your brows, I recommend our signature brow treatment or our brow lamination design because you're looking for fullness in your brows, because you've tweezed them to death. You know, you've got the 90s brows. Okay. I recently helped a client with a similar, and you share the concerns and the goals, and she was absolutely thrilled and amazed with how full her brows ended up looking. She never thought that she could have brows like that. What this does is it shows that you're listening and positions you as a problem solver, not just a service provider. Okay. And notice I'm not talking about me. What I do is I focus entirely on the client. I want to know her specific concerns and I want to address them. Okay. I'm sharing a relevant success story. Okay, so immediately the person that I'm speaking to feels understood and valued and knows that she is in the right place. So the next step is to guide them to book without feeling pushy. Okay, you don't want to feel pushy, but you know that you can solve their problems. So if you go in with using this template, so I've got two time slots available next week, this one and this one, that would be perfect for your brow design. Would either of these work for you? Yes or no? Great. I'll need a $100 deposit to secure your spot, which I can send via Stripe. Okay. What that does, it creates gentle urgency because you're sharing limited availability, and it also makes the next step crystal clear for her. Now, the results of doing this speak for themselves. Okay, so my client Annie, she converted two price inquiries into $790 bookings in new bookings in 1 week. Okay, and she had been struggling for months prior to that. Annie's the one that I said actually was charging $99, which was making a loss on her work. Meredith, she turned a single inquiry into a $1,429 treatment package. Okay, so on average, salons who are using this framework, they're booking at least 70% more inquiries than what they were doing before, and they're not being salesy. What they're doing is they're guiding conversations with clarity and purpose, and this works across all salon types. So it doesn't matter whether your hair, your beauty, your skin treatments, PMU, body sculpting, it works no matter what services you offer. Now, what if someone replies with, that's more than I expected to pay? Okay, this is where most salon owners lose the booking. So what I'd like you to do is try this response. I completely understand. Okay, quality brows is definitely an investment. Okay, what's most important to you, the lower price or knowing you are going to get a brow tattoo that is soft, beautiful, and makes you feel absolutely confident? Okay, they'll let you know, well, actually, that's out of my price range. Okay, so they're still having the conversation with you because you're showing up as the expert. So then you can go back to them with, well, many of our clients find that coming in for a brow design at $99 is a great starting point if budget is of concern. And then you can see the style of the brow before you go to the next stage of having a tattoo. So what this does is it acknowledges that they've got a concern, You don't devalue your work, but you're offering an alternative that keeps them in your space, in your world. Okay, so here's how to implement this starting today. So the first thing is create your value bridge template. Do it for your top 3 services. Okay, if you don't have time for your top 3, please just do it for your top 1. Then compile, say, 2 to 3 client success stories, which is going to be the connection story that you're going to share in your DMs. And then set up your booking availability template and your payment system so that you can send a Stripe link straight away in your DMs. Now, I want you to remember the average salon loses at least 17 potential bookings every month due to poor conversation in DMs. Now, if that's $120 per service or it's $350 per service, that is well over $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 in revenue walking out your door every single month. And you don't want to let that happen. You don't want to go another month and lose that. There's no need for you to when you implement this system. Now, for the next 72 hours, everyone who comments Skool below, SKOOL, will receive access to my free dedicated salon owner community. And I share these templates and our full converting in DMs case study training. And it's specifically designed for handling price objections. Okay, so make sure that you join us in Skool. Okay, you want to make sure that you convert every single how much inquiry from 5% to 70% chance of becoming a booking, okay? Because you now know exactly what to say next. So stop letting potential clients ghost you. Make sure that you go back and restart old conversations. People are busy. Just a gentle reminder is all that many people need. Oh, I'm sorry, I was busy, or I was at work when I was messaging you, or the kids came running in, or that I had to go to school pickup. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, implement this framework and you will watch your booking rate increase. I'm Margie and I'm supporting your salon success, and I'll see you in the next video.